available evidence and present it to the tribunal succinctly and in due order. We have not had that advantage. The whole of the administrative burden has been borne by B.J. Meehan, and without his work, our work would not have been possible. We can't claim to have read every one of the 20,000-odd documents. The government has declined to participate, and no official has given evidence publicly. But the Department of Health has supplied documents which we requested. They have responded to questions from us, and on 3 occasions they sent representatives to meet us privately on an informal and unminuted basis. There are many questions which could have been asked if there had been an inquiry closer to the events we have been investigating. There are inevitable difficulties about inquiries into events which took place and decisions which were made so long ago. Witnesses couldn't always recall what took place or why they formed a particular view 30-odd years ago. It wasn't always possible to learn who knew what or what they were told. And of course, many who played a substantial role are no longer alive. Consequently, we've needed to keep in mind that many things which today are common knowledge at that time were at best suspected and often simply not known to medical science. The cost of the inquiry, including publication of the report, is less in total than 75,000. I think probably I can later give us some comparisons with other inquiries in which he's been concerned, but it's a fairly minimal figure. No member of the inquiry has received or will receive any remuneration. The venues for our meetings have been provided in the House of Lords by courtesy of Black Lodge, Lieutenant General Sir Michael Wilcox. This venue, which had to be sought very much at the last moment, is by courtesy of the Interparliamentary Union. The funding has been provided by the generosity of private donors approached by Lord Morris. We are particularly indebted to Dr. Peter Jost, who is with us this morning, to Mr. Hugh Greenwood, to the Southern Building Company, to the Professional Footballers Association, and 2 individuals who wish to remain anonymous. None of them stands to benefit from the outcome of our inquiry. One donor, whose identity only became known to us very recently, is a close relative of one of the victims. Perhaps I should say that we were anxious not to know who donors were, but inevitably, because somebody let something out or because we saw something we weren't intended to say, we have learned who they are, and we're duly grateful to them. But I hope it will be accepted that it didn't influence our report in any way. We see here today a number of people who have given evidence or provided information or advised us where information might be obtained. They are very welcome, but I hope I'll be forgiven if I say that this is primarily a press conference to offer an opportunity to representatives of the media, and we'll have to confine questions to them. And I feel I can't take interventions. If after the conference anyone wishes to approach a representative of the media, or vice versa, they can of course make such arrangements for interviews as they may wish. And we will do our best to facilitate the maximum exchange of information. When the time comes for questions, I propose to hand over to BJ, partly because those concerned are probably better recognized by him than by me, and partly because he knows who has asked questions or provided information. So, having been appointed by Lord Morris, I think first I should, for the benefit of